It's day 180 in the boatyard, and what was once just a project has almost become a home. But let's be real, getting a new boat isn't always smooth sailing. No one wants to spend more time fixing it than necessary. What was supposed to be 4 weeks of work turned into 6 long months. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, you're missing out on the chaos that got us to this point. We basically rebuilt Millenium from the keel up, fighting rust on every turn. There was times when we thought just a little longer, but every week new challenges kept surfacing. Frustrating? Absolutely.
This by far has been the most mentally, physically exhausting experience of my life.
But with the relentless grit of this crew, we kept pushing through. Now the finish line is in sight. We're almost ready to lay down the anti-foul and hoist those sails. Or is it all just a dream? Stick around for the next chapter of Boatworks on Millenium. So copper coat is an anti-foul. If you don't know what anti-foul is, it literally is what you put on the bottom of your boat to keep any barnacles or growth or any sea life from attaching and moving in and living on the bottom of your boat. You don't want that for a couple reasons. It slows your boat down. It also will wreak havoc on the bottom of your boat. It will eat through your paint and eventually just destroy your boat as a whole. Other kind of anti-foul, it sloughs off and it's toxic to keep things from growing on it. So copper coat does that more naturally. Copper actually is a natural deterrent. So today we have 60 liters of copper coat, and we are hoping that that is going to give us enough to make at least 6 to 8 coats on the boat. Tell us about this project, I told.
Yeah, it took a while. We thought it was gonna be easier as it was in Darwin. We made 2 holes the last 2 days when we were on the yard. So this time we thought we were gonna have 6, but we didn't know that here the hull was gonna be that thick. It actually is 10 mil of steel. So we finished on the stores, all of them. So look, all the teeth are finished, you know, it's done. Also, we broke this massive tool as well. So it took like more than 10 days, I guess, almost 2 weeks to do everything.
These are Lumitech lights. They're great because they can go all sorts of different colors. We like them for diving. The other colors attract plankton, and that plankton in return attracts things like manta rays and whale sharks. So amazing for diving or just night diving so you can find the boat, honestly. No way.
Hello. Hello.
You're so funny.
Okay, now you put the washer. It's pretty narrow. That area is. We are working behind the bed, behind Robert's bed, so a bit sketchy. The Sikaflex, it helps to seal properly. The washer and that plate is gonna press against the hull, and this the Sikaflex is sealing, so the water doesn't come in. Now we are waiting because he's tightening all the threads, all the bolts, and once when it's tight, you can see the Sikaflex comes, squeezes. Last one.
What are you
So
doing?
this part, that's the top of the rudder shaft. So below here is the rudder, this is the shaft, and then it needs a little bit of extra space to be able to move. So if you wouldn't put this in, water would come in through the bottom of the boat and go through. So you put that around here, then you put this one on, and this one pushes the packing down. So you put bolts here, it pushes it down. And then this compresses to about this size. This is the old one that we took out. And so this is about half the size of this one now. So there's so much pressure on there that water just won't come in.
Last time we took the rudder out for maintenance, this wasn't just another job. It was one of the toughest things we've done so far.
Finally going to get the rudder back in.
Next up, a full engine overhaul. We took the engine apart piece by piece, replacing injectors, deep cleaning the intercooler, and even giving it a fresh coat of paint.
What are you doing?
I'm cleaning, I forgot what this part of the engine is called, but it's meant to like go around the shaft. So I'm chipping away the rust, and then after that, actually it's been soaking for like a day, and then now I'm trying to remove the rust. I'm gonna sand it, or actually I'm gonna buff it, and then I'm gonna paint it.
So I'm gonna show you the jobs, carpenter jobs I'm working on.
This was a shower, and we transformed it into a food storage. We did. Then the second one was a toilet, and honestly we have like 4 or 5 toilets in the boat, and we don't need that much, and we need more storage. We kept the toilet and the sink just in case, just to be safe, but now we have plenty of storage.
We've been completely changing the lighting on the boat with our Lumatech lights. These are called Mirage, and I love them because they do RGB, or all the colors of the spectrum, and you can select what color you want and even the brightness. And for filming purposes and just for good party lighting, it's really cool that we have these finally. And it really, I think lighting above all else really changes the ambiance of the boat. So we've just finally gotten all of these installed and plugged in, and it looks amazing. Everything is finally coming together. Look at this. This is our Garmin transducer right here. We actually have 2 transducers that we're putting on Millenium. This is one of them, and she is a beast. This is like over-engineered to the max so that we could have it doing its depth sounding, looking straight down. You don't want that off to an angle, because as you get to deeper water, it just goes farther and farther. We're putting some really nice new flash furling drums on Millenium. This is the first time the Millenium's actually had furling sails. It's how she was designed, so we feel like we're finishing the job. I remember the first time I saw these, they're called pro furlers, and at the time, Sylphia, we had 16 mil line that kept jumping over the drum, and I couldn't figure out like how to keep it in there. And these have like a little thing that guides the line so that it can't fall off of the drum. And I remember seeing them and being like, oh man, those are so flash. I didn't actually realize it was the same ones until we bought them, and I'm pretty excited for it. Yum.
Let me know anything, any questions, call me. See you soon.
So where's Aitor off to now? He's flying back to Spain to officially become a captain. He's about to take the intense Yachtmaster exam, and joining him is none other than Tom, an ex-crew member. And guess what? They both passed with flying colors. Huge congratulations to the new captains. It's inspiring to see the crew level up and push themselves to new heights. Aitor's journey proves that real progress isn't just about the miles on the water, it's about proving what you're made of, inside and out. Exciting day. We have our brand new Highfield dinghy arriving. Nanji has brought this all the way from Chalamark, who builds ribs for Highfield, Phuket. They brought it like 120 nautical miles and a bunch of rebreather equipment for us. Here they come. And they have just bought a second boat, Nanji 2, I believe. I love meeting up with other sailing channels and people that have like-minded interests such as us, this nomad lifestyle. Let's go check out our brand new dinghy and maybe we can get a sneak peek at Nanji too. Boat.
So this is Nanji 2, formerly known as Independence. Come on downstairs, have a suss.
Oh, I love the woodwork.
How good is this? The height. This is such just the amazing thing for us.
Shocking.
This makes it feel so much more spacious.
And the windows, like so much lighting, they open up actually. This is her room? These guys are too nice. This is a bunch of rebreather dive stuff. And now that I see it, I honestly didn't know it was this much. I kind of feel bad at this moment. Shit. Anyway, what kind of boat is this?
This is a Tiana 47. It's a Bob Perry design boat. He's a very famous boat designer from back in the day, and it was built in Taiwan, proven ocean blue water sailing vessels, which is like our big attraction to it.
Big shout out to Sailing Nanji for the huge favor they did us. But now it's time to get back on the grind. We're heading back to the boatyard to get Millenium ship shape and ready for the water.
Last little bit. Woo! That's beautiful. Good job, guys. It's official. She's an Expedition Drenched boat now. Yeah!
In every boatyard, there's a moment when reality finally meets expectation. Today is that day for us, the culmination of 6 months of hard work, sweat, and determination. There aren't enough words to express how grateful I am to this incredible crew. This wouldn't have been possible without each and every one of them. Today is a very surreal day. A day that for a while there I wasn't sure would ever happen. We finally splash Millenium back into the water. It has been almost 6 months to the day. This has been the most trialing experience of my life. I've done refits, I've done haul-outs, I've remodeled homes, I've built businesses, I've remodeled bars before, I've done so many projects, and this by far has been the most mentally, physically exhausting experience of my life. And I want to be honest with that the wheels really fell off a couple times on this project. To say that I knew exactly how much work was going to be needed on this vessel is an understatement. It got to the point, like, I haven't been even filming much, I haven't been vlogging much. My heart was just hurting for a while. I think that I just need some time in the water to remind myself of why I do all of this, because it's been a project. With that said, we have made Millenium gorgeous. We have put so much time and effort into her, and Millenium is 67 tons of adventure, of steel, and so we're pretty excited to get underway. We're gonna go from here, we're going to go to a marina, and we're going to actually get our rigging done and get new sails. We've got new sails from Precision Sails that we need to install. In fact, this is my first time putting new sails on one of my vessels, so I'm really excited for that.
First view on these beautiful sails that have been boxed and sitting there just waiting for this moment for quite some time, honestly. So we got them in tuxedo color, so the sail covering, the protected UV covering is on the trim of it. It's got some black lines through it. I think they're gorgeous. They really match the boat, and so far, from what I can tell, they fit absolutely perfectly. So good job, Precision Sails, for making sure that I measured those so many times to make sure that we did this right. Chris and the boys over at Yachtworks Langkawi are just crushing the game. They're making this look quite easy. So we have one more sail to do. That was our jib, or our head sail. So we are setting up our main sail. They're putting in the battens, pretty much help keep the sail rigid at all times, so that's not flopping it around. They're slowly putting it up. That's a big sail.
Did it come down one day?
Woo. All right, we got the main up for the first time, and the other main was shredded when I got the boat. So she's 67 tons, so it's gonna be a lot of force to get this boat moving. And it's a very thick, heavy sail. So Precision Sails told me that it actually is the thickest sails that they've ever had to make. So that's pretty cool. Sylvan is going to bring Sylphia north. Sylvan is the old owner of Sylphia, who's become a good friend. He crewed with us many times, and that's why Sylphia is Sylvan and his sister Sophia. Their names combined make Sylphia. Sylvan is going to be bringing his whole family, and even their mom Nadine, which is a beautiful woman. She's so funny, good energy. To be honest, I would love to be on that journey with them. I'm sad that I might miss it, but I'll meet up with them before and after, and she'll be good. Anyhow, I always do that. That's my tick, just so you know, editor. I always say, anyhow, yeah.
What are you doing, Amanda?
So I'm sanding the little kitten footprints, who seems to like to come up to the boat whenever we're painting.
Slug drop? Slug drop? Yeah. And then we paint. I just found out about this function of the suit.
We need a shiwi.
And then you're painting.
But how's this gonna work?
Left, right, Angie, turn. Oh, turn. And put your thingy down. Turn around. Then you're paint. Oh my goodness.
Is it slow motion?
No, it's normal film.
Okay, I'm gonna say, what a hole. Okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3. What a hole! What a hole!
You might be asking yourself, how are they going to power up this beast of a dinghy? I mean, this thing has got underwater LED lights. This thing's got a Garmin chart plotter. And you might be asking yourself, how the hell are these guys going to keep this beautiful big dinghy powered? I know what you're asking yourself. How are they going to keep this big dinghy powered? She's gorgeous, isn't she? Yeah, and you might be asking yourself, how the hell are these guys going to keep this big, beautiful dinghy powered? What a beautiful dinghy. And you must be asking yourself, I mean, look at all of this stuff all over this boat. Man, wow, so much stuff. Man, that is a lot of electronics, am I right? I mean, that is just over the top. Ooh, that's a lot of electronics, am I right?
You know it's a good project when the machete comes. Machete. Oh, I tried to have him at axe. What would you have gone with, axe or machete? So you're gonna play the axe. Give me that. You're gonna go for the axe? Yeah. Okay, yeah. This is how you put a hole in your butt.
Boat kitty. Millie the boat kitty.
Boat kitty's been cheating on us lately and hanging out with other boats, even though we're feeding her so nicely.
But she brings us dead rats every day.
Oh, yes. Surprise.
Welcome to Candace's electrical show, where someone who has no idea what she's doing is gonna figure it out. We have a bunch of tools with South African plugs. And the annoying thing about these plugs is they don't fit into any of the adapters. So I'm gonna try change the plug to a Malaysian one or the UK one. And all I have to go off is this cardboard. Hopefully some common sense.